Welcome back. Now, let's begin with our special segment with our colleague Belen de los Santos. Welcome, Belen.
Thank you, Anna, and I welcome you and our audience to this special segment in which we bring you everything you need to know ahead of the U.S. elections next week. My name is Belen de los Santos, and this is United States Decides. And in the United States, as of Thursday afternoon, and with only 5 days until November 5th, Election Day, more than 60 million citizens have voted early. According to the election lab at the University of Florida, over 32 million voted early in person, and about 28 million did so via mail. Also, recent polls register the election enthusiasm is up nationwide from 56% in March to a current 70% among registered voters. The rise is largely attributed to the heightened enthusiasm for Harris' nomination after Biden stepped down from the race, which has led to an influx of Democratic-leaning independents gaining renewed interest in the election outcome. In this context, it is worth highlighting that some key states, such as Georgia and North Carolina, have registered record numbers of early votes, a fact that could tip the scale in the final results. The United States presidential candidates continue campaigning in fundamental key states in an effort to sway the undecided voters. This way, both candidates have events scheduled on Thursday in Nevada and Arizona. Precisely, Republican Donald Trump is holding a rally today in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Henderson, Nevada, and set to participate in a hurricane relief benefit in Glendale, Arizona. For her part, Vice President Kamala Harris is participating in a rally concert in Phoenix, Arizona, and Las Vegas, Nevada, in addition to giving a speech in Reno. Meanwhile, their running mates are also on the campaign trail this Thursday, with Ohio Senator J.D. Vance stopping in North Carolina and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz holding events in Pennsylvania. And in this regard, a rally held on Wednesday night in Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Republican candidate Donald Trump said that he wants to protect women from migrants coming in, whether the women like it or not. A statement that comes after recent polls showed a widening gender gap among voters, with women supporting his opponent, Kamala Harris, by a 10-point margin.
And my people told me about 4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. I want to protect the women. Sir, please don't say that. Why? They said, we think it's very inappropriate for you to say. I said, why? I'm president. I want to protect the women of our country. They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say. I pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect them from migrants coming in.
For her part, and from Wisconsin, the same battleground state where Trump made his remarks a day earlier, the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris addressed her opponent's comments on women, calling them offensive to their agency and capacity to make their own decisions. The Democratic candidate stressed that Trump does not prioritize the freedom of women and warned that he is not going to fight for their reproductive rights.
It actually is, I think, very offensive to women in terms of not understanding their agency, their authority, their right, and their ability to make decisions about their own lives, including their own bodies. And this is just the latest on a series of reveals by the former president of how he thinks about women. One, he is not going to be fighting for women's reproductive rights. He does not prioritize the freedom of women and the intelligence of women to make decisions about their own lives and bodies. And health care for all Americans is on the line in this election as well.
And in this context, at a campaign event in Bristol in the swing state of Pennsylvania, the other half of the Democratic ticket, the vice presidential nominee Tim Walz, took shots at Trump's economic legacy and promises made by the Republican candidate and his ally Elon Musk.
If you were a billionaire like his good buddy Elon Musk, things were really good because you got a tax cut, the rest of us got screwed. That's the way it worked during that. Now Elon says he is going to be, and Trump says it, he's going to be Trump's economy czar. Now he says to make the economy work better, Now he told you, get ready. Elon said, American folks, you're going to go through some hardships. Now you tell me, what the hell does the richest man on earth know about hardships?
We go now to a bit of context. For this presidential election, 7 states hold the key to the White House. These are known as the swing states, and they are crucial in the electoral race as they fail to show beforehand a strong lead for either the Democratic or the Republican Party. In these states, the race is close and gets defined at the last minute, usually by narrow margins. Let's see the following material.
For the 2024 electoral process, Georgia, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and North Carolina are the undecided states that might end up defining the U.S. presidency on November the 5th. In the U.S. electoral system, citizens do not directly elect a candidate, but electors who then in turn cast their votes for one of the presidential aspirants. Most of cases, whoever wins the popular vote in a state gets all its delegates, as most states have a winner-takes-all system. In Arizona, there are 11 states. As a border state with Mexico, the immigration is at the forefront of voters' concern, specifically after records border crossing, although these have declined in recent months. With 19 electoral college votes, the most of any swing states this year, Pennsylvania is foreshadowed to play a key role in the elections. For the state voters, the economy is a crucial issue. While this is a main concern to all Americans, grocery prices have reportedly risen faster in this area than in any other state in the country over last year. In Nevada, the economic discourse and promises are also the main issues for this swing state, which represents 6 electoral votes. It is one of the states with the highest unemployment rate in the country at about 5.5%, according to the most recent official data from the Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation. The southeastern state has one of the largest non-white population in the country, with about 40% of voters being Latin American, African, or Asian Americans origin, groups in which Harris has greater support, but economic concern might also play in favor of the Republicans. The 16 electoral votes from Georgia are keyed for either candidate. 1/3 of the state population is African American, one of the largest in the country, and the demographic believed to have been instrumental in Biden's narrow win in the state in 2020. For voters in the swing state of Michigan, which contributes 15 electors, the genocide in Gaza poses a major interest as it has the highest number of Arab Americans in the country, a demographic whose support for Biden has been at risk because of his backing of Israel aggressions. North Carolina, which delivers 16 electoral votes, shares some of the biggest concern with its neighboring state, Georgia, and also with Arizona, such as immigration and the economy. The state is labeled as undecided ahead of the November 5th elections, even when polling data shows that the Democratic electorate of the region has been revitalized, in part due to the fact that over 20% of North Carolinas are blacks. Voting results from Wisconsin, which awards 10 electoral votes, have been described as nerve-breaking, which comes as no surprise, since the vote there has been defined by less than 1% margin in almost every presidential elections in the current century. When 20,000 votes can tip the balance in a state of about 6 million people, any group of voters can make difference.
And that's all for today in this special segment in which we analyze the latest on the road to the U.S. election day. Stay tuned to teleSUR English and join us next week for a special coverage, U.S. Decides 2024. Back to you, Anna.
Thank you, Belen, for your update and remarks. And like this, we have come to the end of this news brief, but you can find these and many other stories on our website at telesurenglish.net. You can also join us on our socials. We're on Facebook, on X, and on Instagram as well. For Telesur English and from the South, I'm Ana Marrero. Thank you for watching.